put it on record.
Set.
Thank you. Good morning to our prestigious State Advisory Council. We are very excited to have y'all join us this morning, and we promise to keep you no more than an hour, because as we all are getting ready for a holiday weekend, maybe this will be a busy week for you, but we would be remiss not to have our quarterly meeting where, especially because we have so much great stuff to share with you about how busy the team at the University of Rochester and MACNY. For those that are just first joining us today, my name is Pat Dowse, and I serve as a consultant to the project through the Manufacturers Association of Central New York, which is what MACNY stands for. My colleague Colleen Blagg is on the call today, and she keeps me true to what we do at MACNY, because she's the lead there for us under Amy Stage. So my colleagues Brandy Solomon and Marilee Boylan are both on the call this morning from the University of Rochester, which host the project, along with Carrie Birkin, who keeps us family friendly and making sure we're true to our person-centeredness at all angles. So I think we have a few new faces and people, but I'll try my best with the way the pictures show up on the right side to invite people to introduce themselves briefly. Just share your name and the agency. We have some new faces for sure. And so Marilee, I don't know if you want to say a quick hello. I know Brandy's without voice this morning. She's dealing with a bit of laryngitis, so I wouldn't want her not to say hi. And then Carrie and Colleen, if we could introduce ourselves, and then we'll go to the rest of the folks. Marilee.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us this morning. My name is Marilee Boylan. I'm the Director of Employment Programs here at Strong Center for Developmental Disabilities, and I'm very happy to be here with you this morning.
And Brandy, in the best voice that you have left, go for it, woman. Or just wave. Come on and wave. You're not in my pictures, so I can't find you. Okay, she's got no voice. We'll say hi for her. Carrie.
Good morning. I also work for SCDD. Thanks everyone for joining us. And what Pat said is true. I strive to make all things family-centered and person-centered at all times, everywhere.
Good for you. And then my friend on the phone, my colleague from MACNY, Colleen.
Hi, my name is Colleen Blagg. I'm the manager of Apprenticeship and Workforce Development for the Manufacturers Association. Really excited to be here today.
And I don't see yet, but some of you have already met Martha Panji, who is my partner in crime that began this journey with me almost 8 years ago as we worked to create transition of sheltered workshops to something else. And that something else was a look at contract manufacturing, which helped us all take another look at the world of manufacturing in general. So Martha may join us in a little bit, but she now works at a national level as a national director of apprenticeship and is constant. Huh? Are you there?
She's on, yep.
Oh, goody. Martha, I'm sorry. I'm introducing you. I don't need to. You want to say hi?
No worries, Pat. I'm happy to be here. This has been a labor of love for me since the very beginning, and I'm really grateful that I get to continue to be part of this team and to share lots and lots of great news for our progress today. So welcome.
Okay, so then I'm going to go by what I see in my screens, and hopefully I won't forget anybody. At the top of my picture right now is my friend Joanne. So brand new Joanne Donnarumma, if you want to say hi and what you do for this project at this point. So
hi, retired formerly with the ARC United Lewis chapter for many years, over 37. Pat connected with me and asked if I could assist to develop a network of people for the advisory committee in Oneida County, and I did my best to connect. So I'm happy to be here, just kind of staying involved and loving it. And thank you for having me.
Thank you, Joanne. You did a great job. Don't ever doubt that for a moment. We have a new advisory committee. We'll talk a little bit about that as we go through the slides. Judy.
Good morning. I'm Judy Honan. I'm the Director of Counseling at Access VR in the Rochester District Office. Kathy Shea, our senior counselor, was on the committee and retired. So I am taking her place.
Awesome. Welcome, dear.
Thank
Jean
you.
Resigliano. You're on mute, girlfriend. Put your microphone on. There you go.
Sorry. Yeah.
That's okay.
Jean Resigliano, Director of the Center for Community Transition and Full Life Academy at Autism Up. Glad to be here. Thanks.
Thank you. Kimberly Berg.
Good morning, everybody. Kimberly Berg from the Developmental Disabilities Planning Council. We are overseeing this project from the DDPC side of things. So good to see everyone this morning.
Thank you, friend. Monica.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Monica Toy Smith with Access VR. I manage the Service Delivery and Quality Assurance Unit. This is my first meeting, and when the invite came up about apprenticeships, I was very interested. So happy to be here.
Yes, Monica, you should know both the Rochester and the Utica offices are fully represented in the project, both at the regional levels, and we can give you more information if you need that in regards to who we've had on those regional advisory meetings. Okay.
Thank you, Pat.
My pleasure. Miss Lauren.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I am the coordinator of Children and Transition Services with the Commission for the Blind. Glad to be here.
Thank you. Selena.
Good morning, everybody. Sorry, I'm Selena from Goodwill, downstate, and I oversee programs for people with developmental disabilities, autism, and transitioning from day programs into work.
A terrific partner to make sure we keep it true, especially down in the city as we're working upstate right now with our 2 projects. Suzanne Pearson, please.
Hi, Pat. Hi, everyone. Suzanne Pearson. I work for Access VR and the associate for the transition unit from central office. Hi, everybody.
Alan Gallagher.
Hi, Pat. Good morning, everyone. Alan Gallagher, New York State Department of Labor. I work in our Division of Employment and Workforce Solutions. I oversee our New York Systems Change and Inclusive Opportunities Network, which employs DRCs around the state. So hopefully we can make connections under this project. And also, I'm connected via a tangential link to our apprenticeship unit, which is over in this side of the building. So.
And a huge champion, nonetheless, without question, on making sure all of our workforce development processes are fully inclusive. Thank you, Alan, for all you do. Kira.
Good morning. I'm Kira Topaski, and I'm with the DDPC also with Kim Berg. So nice to see you all.
Thank you. Mr. Sink.
Morning, everybody. Andy Sink, New York Employment Services System, Director of Employment Policy at the Office of Mental Health.
Frank.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Frank Palat, and I'm president of Fala Technologies. We're a high-tech manufacturing company down here in the Hudson Valley. We have a free apprenticeship program called STEPS that trains individuals that have barriers to employment. The majority of our students are individuals with disabilities, and we have placed successfully a number of students into internships that have developmental disabilities and into apprenticeship programs,
which we're very excited to mimic and learn from. Therese.
Yeah, hi, everyone. I'm so happy to be here. I'm Therese Daly and the Deputy Director of NIPE. And I've had the pleasure of moderating a panel with Frank. So it's so good to see you, Frank, and thank you again for participating. And Pat, always a pleasure, and I'm thrilled to be here with you all.
Thank you. Okay, did I get everybody? My little boxes only roll on the phone. I think I got everybody. Miss anybody? Okay. Marilee, if you would be kind enough to start our PowerPoint. Marilee likes PowerPoints to make sure that we capture everything. So I've done the introductions, but maybe Marilee, you want to talk about our new name?
Yeah, we decided to, we were prior Pathways to Apprenticeship, and we felt like there was sort of some duplicative names that were already out there. So we did change it to Advance to Apprenticeship. That was actually Brandy's idea. She has a strong marketing background. And MACNY was kind enough to give us a new logo brand for our program. I did want to mention that Brandy, and you may have already mentioned, Pat, but we did hire Brandy as the new project coordinator for this project. She will be taking over this project ongoing. And as Pat said, she has a little bit of a cold today. So, but I'm sure you'll see her on. So anyway, hi to Brandy, and we're glad everybody's here today. I did want to mention for folks who are new to this meeting is that this is a grant, a 3-year grant from the Developmental Disabilities Planning Council, and the the Planning Council is responsible for systems change projects to make sure that people with IDD are more included in every aspect of life.
So to start us off, again, not to reiterate for those that are new, but also to remind people, even though we've got a new look, we've got a new name, we've got a new director, we've got all this great energy that's starting to happen once and for all, and moving into the fall, we're very excited about the things that are starting to happen. We want to refresh. These are the 3 key goals that we have: improve access to apprenticeship work opportunities for people who identify with IDD through this pilot, focusing on career pathways in a manufacturing industry, which is huge and getting bigger in the state of New York with our commitment just recently to the chip industry. There's going to be more and more jobs in manufacturing, and we need to make sure that every New Yorker that's interested has the opportunity to get there. Support the creation of a pre-apprenticeship program that utilizes universal design and has wraparound supports. So the project that you're going to listen to and learn as to where we're at right now does do that. We're offering a universal design opportunity for the instruction and the learning environment, but also looking for our regional wraparound supports that make most sense. So what's happening in one place could happen in another, but maybe we'll learn from each other. And then we're going to replicate, hopefully, at other educational institutions. No pilot is a pilot unless it has the capacity to sustain itself, or at least look for ways to take it and put it in new places. So that is definitely where we'll be headed, to specifically look at other manufacturing businesses and perhaps others who might use our model, and because they have hiring needs. Next slide. So take a look now with us as we look at the actual program elements. I was teasing, but sincere and serious when we talk about Carrie keeping us honest around being person-driven, person-centered. We are student-driven in this process. These are students that are both either coming out of high school or maybe have left the high school arena and are adult learners. So we are looking to create class sizes of no more than 12 students that offer this course of study. One of our sites is at a community college. We will start with non-credit bearing in order to get it kicking. And then we have a goal to be credit bearing as we work with the college, and the college in particular is Mohawk Valley Community College right now. And then in each one of our classes, we will be and have at Mohawk Valley been able to arrange for tutors to be part of the system. So none of the students ever feel that they have to go looking for supports. The supports will be actually part of the classroom experience. We'll be recruiting any student with and without learning disabilities interested in a career in manufacturing. In the truest sense of universal design, we want a classroom that is not segregated, but fully integrated with anyone that's interested in the world of manufacturing and wants to learn about it, along with giving them additional educational life supports and learning in a universally accessible and hands-on environment. We have learned very quickly that hands-on learning is going to be a key to success for most of the students in a manufacturing world. It makes sense anyway. That's what they do. They work with their hands. Our learning construct, the curriculum will offer opportunities for the hands-on learning, like I was just saying, and applying all learning back to a real-world context. So we will have in-class business tours and on-the-job training. Our 2 facilities that are looking to be partners with us have agreed to all those components. Training in universal design principles are going to be provided to the course instructors and the in-class tutors, in case they've never had that. Sometimes we find at a community college and an adult education process, our teachers are people that are coming right from industry. They may not have been taught on the universal design structures of how to work with students. And so we're finding that our potential partners are very, very excited instruction to not just the instructors of our class, but perhaps others across their system. And then we're also going to be looking at the ability to offer neurodiversity training to the business partners themselves in order to learn the tools to best support the employees that might have any kind of disability in regards to being able to handle their environment. Next slide. We call our partners, they are partners in different ways. We have our business partners for sure. Our manufacturing business partners are going to be identified early. That's the role of MACNY in the Rochester area, which is where one of our sites is the RTMA. And the Utica, Oneida County area, it's MACNY. So Colleen is very, very active in that kind of work already with the businesses there. So they experience their expertise in learning requirements and offering tours, contextual learning, interview skills, and then agreed to interview students for on-the-job training, employment, and then registered apprenticeship. So all of those things are being broached with our potential business partners. We have already connected and look forward to continue work. Alan, you kind of did a little foreshadowing for us. Thank you very much indeed. We are working very closely with the one-stop workforce centers, the disability resource coordinators in both the Rochester and Working Solutions supports in the Oneida Lewis area. Herkimer are all involved already and going to be offering benefit planning, resume development, interview skills, and any other wraparound supports and part of their integrated resource team model that they use in those areas. Wraparound supports, Access VR, Commission for the Blind, and OPWD supports are going to be offered as is appropriate. If it is more advantageous to the individual student to receive a support from somewhere else, that's the concept that the integrated resource team, that the disability resource coordinators are ready to offer from the two workforce boards. Next slide.
We have two educational partners that we're working with. As Pat said, we're working with Mohawk Valley Community College in Utica, and they will be offering a basic manufacturing course, and we'll be starting to recruit now and again start in the fall. We have developed a Mohawk Regional Advisory Board with the help of Joanna Donnarumma. So we have a large group of people who can help us to market and to find folks who would be interested in taking a course. We are building a partnership with the Center for Workforce Development in Rochester. They are looking at offering welding, machining, and an industrial operator course. They will be recruiting in the fall and then offering program shadows in the fall, going through the they have an open house in October as well, and then looking to enroll for the spring course. And in that way, it'll give us time to connect everybody with all the resources they might need. They'll have a chance to see which program fits really well for them, and then start in the spring, springtime rollout. They, another cool thing about the Center for Workforce Development is that they are interested in partnering with Rochester Works in piloting work keys. And work keys is both an assessment and a certificate, both. And so we're going to see what we can do to utilize that moving forward. Let's see. So the Mohawk Valley Community College course will start September 8th and it'll run through November 27th. It'll be a Monday, Tuesday, Thursday course from, let's see. And we will have a Zoom information session on July 26th from 5:30 to 6:30. So there'll be more to come on that. We will be getting together a nice marketing packet to distribute to everybody that we're asking for your help to get out. I did want to mention that we were able to access a grant from the Workforce Development Institute. They're a statewide nonprofit that works to increase opportunities for all New Yorkers to succeed in the workforce and earn sustainable wages. And that grant funding will pay for the universal design training. We will be partnering with the Strong Center for Developmental Disabilities Community Consultation Program, who will be doing the universal design training.
And I'm not going to do this as well as Brandy does because this is her kick. But since I'm interpreting for her today, what we're excited to share with you. We're 21st century here. We have our own QR code. Don't ask me what that is. Hopefully you guys all recognize what it is because it's a cool thing. You put your phone on and it brings you right to a link where all these really cool things are there. We have marketing materials. We have a video on a flyer. We are looking to have you help us promote this and certainly look at student recruitment and potential business partners as well in the future. So I think we're going to do the video. We're going to show off right now, Brandy. We're going to put the video on. And you will recognize, look for the square that says Frank Fallon, you know, that watch for him. He has a few cameos in this thing. But seriously, we want to thank Falla Technologies, RTMA, Bob Coyne and Rich Turner for their support. It was because of them we have this really amazing professionally done video to be able to showcase what we're working on.
Hey, Brandy, before you start, I did want to add that RTMA and Bob Coyne did fund the video. So we're really appreciative of them and their support. And Sam from Wonder Vision did the video, as Frank had mentioned earlier. He's really very talented, and I have worked with other videographers before, but this gentleman, he's just super talented. So if you know anybody who needs a video, focus on manufacturing, but he probably does other work as well. But share his name and with folks you know who might need some videography done. Okay, thanks, Brandy.
In the Advanced 2 Apprenticeship program, you'll develop the knowledge and skills to jumpstart a career in the growing industry of advanced manufacturing.
I'm a New York State certified toolmaker. So on a daily basis, I program the CNC machining centers.
And I inspect parts made either on the floor or that are ordered from outside subcontractors.
Manufacturing involves logistic people, shipping people, estimating people, management, and everybody in between. You can go in any direction basically once you get a foot in the door and establish yourself as a hard worker willing to learn.
Our dedicated team will help remove the barriers to your career path, connecting you to the additional services and care that you need to reach your full potential.
It was a pretty smooth transition, learning the different pieces of equipment that we would use as I went along, asking questions if I needed to of my manager.
I did have a lot of anxiety when I first came, for quite a while afraid like the smallest mistake would get me fired. I've over time come to realize that the quality of work I do here is appreciated. Everyone is glad to have me here, and that's kind of helped lower my anxiety considerably.
Having a steady stream of income, being able to pay off my student loan, a sense of direction, making so I don't feel aimless or without purpose.
Seeing that independence lets you know that you've done your job right. You know, as a parent, that's your goal.
Don't be afraid of failure. Failure will just be another teaching moment for you.
Applause, right? Yay, we did it. So that is our promotional video, and I hope you are as proud of it as we are. Thank you, Frank. I told you, you had 2 or 3 cameos in there.
I tell you, I love the wording that my people have talked. It's beautiful wording that expresses viscerally what we're trying to do, get these individuals into employment and into apprenticeship. So that's a wonder. Everyone you saw there has gone through an apprentice or is in an apprenticeship right now. That was marvelous.
Well, good. What do you got? Hillary Nichols and Lori Gallagher both joined us too. I want them to quick say hello, and then Hillary, you're a part of project. I didn't know if there was any comments you want to make. You know those
Oh
gentlemen
my gosh.
intimately, right? Because you've been
Ah.
helping them and supporting them in a productive way through the independent living center.
This is the first time I've seen it. It was incredible. I've known the last guy with like the dark hair. I've known him. Oh my gosh. I don't even know how many years now. And if you guys saw him when he was first referred to us from Access VR like 10 years ago, and we were struggling like in one terrible job after another, and watching him on that video was incredible. So thank you guys for putting that video together. It was just so wonderful to see how far they've come. So
And the one who did the most talking on that video is how this all started, because he would not say a word when I met him at a engineering
Oh, he was that guy? He
yes.
was that guy? Oh,
And
my goodness.
he would not even be photographed for the first 2 or 3 years working here. And that was his mom. And I'm very proud of him, because he's right across the aisle from me is where he works. And he's fantastic. And he completed a 2-year what's called an quality auditing program. And he's now one of our top inspectors here. And he now talks to everybody. And like I said, when he first came in, he would not say a word. And Hillary, who you just met, had our staff come in and get us set up to train this individual, who was our first individual with developmental disability. And we had no idea what to do. And he's now a great success story. And to him agree to go on, this is his first video on screen. Talking like this is a success story in itself. It's hard to believe. It really is. And I always like to say this. So when we were trying to onboard him for the first time, I was talking with his mom about how he was going to get here. And she says, well, he doesn't know how to drive, but we're going to teach him how to drive. And he has wrecked either 2 or 3 cars, but he's made it here. And he's always here early. He never shows up late. And that's one of the marvelous things about this population is they love their job. They come in every day. They do the best they can, and they are fully engaged. And what other qualities would you want from an employee than that they come in and they're just wanting to get to work? So it really is a marvelous accomplishment that this young man has done. And thank you for including him in this video. He's quite the young man.
So we really appreciate them being willing to be a part of it, because we really wanted to have people who identified as having an IDD to show like this is real, this is possible, people are successful, and they're already working for FALA and other places. So we wanted them to be a strong model, and we really appreciate their support to do that. We will be combining it. We realize that's kind of like the end goal. And so we will be combining it with marketing materials that talks about each of the individual programs, like then how do you get there? And we had to make a marketing tool that would be utilized for programs that might look a little bit different. So the program for MVCC and the program at BOCES 2 is probably going to look a little bit different. So we really wanted to show the end product, and then we'll create a landing page that kind of describes, what kind of person would be interested in this type of work, and what kind of skills, what do the programs look like?
Maybe Brandy, could you put up the flyer that you created? Because that's a pretty awesome looking tool too. So this is our flyer, and hopefully most of you can see it pretty closely, but we'll also send you a copy. It has not hit the streets just yet. We have still a shot. We were given some thoughts. We met last week with the 2 regional advisory teams, and they've given us some thoughts in regards to maybe adding some links, so that like where it says connect with the disability resource coordinator. Alan, we're going to put the link to the page on the Department of Labor so people can go in, because that's a new term and not everybody knows it. Best idea? Yes, I'm seeing thumbs up from you. Okay. But as you look at it yourselves, if there's anything that I definitely, Lauren, we're pretty sure that this will work with readers But if there's anything in particular that we have missed the mark on when it comes to full accessibility, we would value that feedback and input and correction recommendations. Other than that, I think it is a bit busy, but it is, we were attempting to have a tool, but if we need to break it down into different ways, that's why we thought we would make sure we put it in front of all of you.
And we do have several tools. We have one that's combined. We have one that's specific for MVCC and one specifically for BOCES too. So we do have different tool sets for each of the programs as well.
But we'll send you guys a hard copy right after this meeting so that you can each look at it. And please, please, please give us constructive, direct criticism as to whether or not it meets the expectations of what is supposed to.
Could you put that flyer back up again? Okay. So where it says under why enroll, and at 03, which is the hourly starting wage, that seems kind of low because normally us manufacturers are not paying minimum wage or even close to it. So that where did you get those dollar amounts from? Is that what RTMA recommended?
Correct.
They did? Okay. Well, they can always pay more than that, but that's okay. That's fine. Yeah, it might be less, it might be slightly less out where you are versus where we are in the Hudson Valley. Okay, thank you.
But that's important to put there. I think maybe we might want to do a range instead of doing starting salaries, all the, you know what I mean? People, some folks might still be a little bit hesitant around wages because of their understanding of what the effect on their overall benefit packets look like too. So Brandy's asking Frank, what would be the Hudson Valley rates?
Well, I would trust what RTMA says since this program is out there. What our challenge is, you can work at McDonald's for $15 or $16 an hour in our region. So us manufacturers, we do have to attract, because it's harder work what we do, and so typically we'll have a starting salary at more than than what the McDonald's or those types of fast food places start. I just don't want to get people discouraged because they think that's where they're gonna, that's what they're gonna make, because it might be more than that.
So I think it'll be a good idea to go back to Frank and go back to Bob and see if he could give us the range, and we could add that in.
Yeah.
Yep, and certainly, between Colleen and Martha and I, we can talk about what happens in the Oneida, in the Mohawk Valley corridor too.
Okay, cool. Pat, real quick.
Yes.
The only thing, I have it as big as I can make it on my screen, and the white on yellow, I can't read.
Yeah.
So I don't know if anybody else, if you're not printing it, it may in print be legible, but on a computer, at this size, I don't know what it says under. I can read machining and welder, but not not what it's
not the actual print. Okay.
Got it.
Thank you.
Looks like Lauren was wondering if they could take a look at the accessibility of it.
Yep. That's why I thought we would send them all an electronic version, and then the scrutiny from anybody's readers or process to let us know what makes sense. I know that based on an executive order, every state agency has a requirement to have accessibility. So in all languages in process. So we'll have to make sure. But okay, cool. So that's what we're doing. And you heard Mary Lee talk about, we have we also have an open house on August 8th scheduled at Mohawk Valley Community College. So we're already beginning the work in the Mohawk Valley area, and work continues to build the agreement and the partnership that Center for Workforce Development, which is the same as Monroe BOCES 2, but we're using the CWD because that's what the manufacturing world knows them as. So we're following suit. So reactions, thoughts, but before that happens, Lori Gallagher, you want to say hi and introduce yourself? So there, Lori, you're with?
Hi, I'm Lori Gallagher. I'm with the ARC Mid-Hudson, and I manage our School to Work Enrich program.
And you also have an affiliation with Ulster Community College, which does some of these kinds of things already. And you guys were doing some universal design because it's how Mary Lee learned about the things that we could, you know, be doing across the board. So thank you very much for the leadership in that role with us.
Sure, we're actually further developing our partnership with Ulster Community College now too. So in the fall, we're going to have full day programming for good students, high school students, and where they can also audit classes, a class or two, and work on the community on the campus. So anyway, that's all in the works.
That's awesome. And a meeting or so ago, we had Jill Dorsey join us too. She's working as a consultant at Rockland Community College in their manufacturing. So manufacturing is catching this fever about making sure that it's including as many and all different kinds of student learners to be part of their new workforce that's coming up. Any other thoughts, Mayor Lee, reactions from people, questions? I don't like it. I think it could be. It looks fantastic. Applause. Whatever you want to share with us.
Any thoughts you have would be super helpful. So
we'll be putting together a packet of stuff that we would hope you all can get out for us. But if there are specific ways that we should package that information for your agency, does it go to you? If you'd rather us send it directly to somebody else in your organization that gets that information out, please direct us so that we are doing it in a way that creates the capacity for it to flow across the state.
We will be doing presentations, both in existing meetings that are happening and creating our own Zoom meetings, information sessions. But if you have a group that's already meeting, please let us know, and we would love to get in front of them and just tell them more about the project.
I feel like the WIB directors would be a great group to have you present to. I don't know if you agree, but I think maybe in the fall, just because I put them on recess for the summer. But I think that it might be nice to have you come guest speak at one of our meetings, just as a thought.
Would love it.
Thank you.
Would love it. And also, I think we've chatted internally about the capacity. Colleen reminded us, because I was all excited to put in a proposal for your fall event, NITEP, but Colleen was like, Pat, why don't we wait and do it for the Youth Academy?
Oh, love that. Great.
Right. I mean, it might, I mean, not that we wouldn't love a double hit, because why not? But it did seem to me, NITEP hosts an amazing youth academy for those of you who are on the call that may not be aware of them in that respect. And the youth academy draws everybody and anybody that's working with young adults up to the age of 26, give or take, based on the laws and all that good stuff, and then beyond. So because I know that I have some nephews who are in their 30s and still consider themselves young adults. So I know our rules say something different, but that's the way it plays. So that's some of what we're talking about. Brandy's, if anyone knows what colors would be better for accessibility, please let us know. You can send it in the chat, but you also have Brandy is in your e-list of when you got this notice for the meeting. So Therese, you and I can touch base and see what makes more sense for what you guys need to have or need for your universal design for your projects, for your programs. That'd be cool. Okay.
Brandy just shared her email in the chat, so if you would like to connect with her.
All righty, well, I can give you 15 minutes back of your day already to kick off a Monday morning. I hope that what you saw this morning got you a little bit energized beyond what was already getting you ready for the day and for the week. Thank you all very much for your role here as advisors, and that means giving us feedback in regards to what you like, what you don't think will work, or what is going to be super amazing. At the same time, we always love positive feedback too. So we will see you in 3 more months, but in between, expect to get packets of information and other good stuff that you can share far and wide, and then just let us know where you end up sharing it would be wonderful, because the DDPC expects us to give them quarterly reports, and we love to brag about the things that are happening with our projects. So please, if you think of any great ideas for us to make sure that this information is going far and wide, we would value any and all input. Marilee, Brandy, you want to wave goodbye, but Marilee, any other thoughts?
Thanks, Pat.
Thank you again for all your help and support, and happy 4th of July. Have a safe time.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
Everybody.